MSAT will play a central role in building and leveraging these systems. Hi, here Bram and Cate. I currently serve as Vice President of MSAT at Samsung Biologics, where my primary responsibility is to ensure that the manufacturing processes that we are running for our customers are not only robust, compliant and efficient, but also scalable, transferable and future-ready. MSAT sits at the intersection of development and manufacturing, and I often describe our role as translating science into reliable and compliant execution. We take processes from diverse sources, such as our development, from the customer or from another CMO, de-risk them and ensure that they perform consistently at commercial scale. But beyond execution, MSAT plays a critical role in building confidence. Confidence for our customers that their product will behave predictably. To achieve this, we focus heavily on standardization, data integration, and deep process understanding. In a CDMO environment where every molecule is different, our job is to make the way we execute as consistent and reliable as possible. If I look back at my career, the most consistent driving force has been a deep curiosity about how to make complex systems more predictable. What has always motivated me is the challenge of bringing structure and clarity into that uncertainty. As a leader, that curiosity evolved into a responsibility, creating environments where teams can solve hard problems together, with confidence and ownership. I have always believed that innovation doesn't come from isolated brilliance, but from disciplined collaboration, where people feel safe to question assumptions, challenge data, and learn from failure. During times of uncertainty, I focus on two things: anchoring decisions in data and empowering teams to act. That has been the most rewarding part of my journey, seeing teams grow stronger through complexity. In today's CDMO environment, my decision-making is guided by a few core principles: clarity, consistency, and long-term thinking. First, clarity. In tech transfer and process development, ambiguity is the biggest risk. I push teams to define critical process parameters, understand variability, and make data-driven decisions early. If we don't understand the process, we can't scale it. Second, consistency. We operate in a highly regulated space, but also in a high-speed environment. The only way to reconcile those is through standardized ways of working, clear frameworks for tech transfer, validation, and lifecycle management that can be applied across programs. Consistency doesn't limit flexibility, it enables it. Third, long-term thinking. Every decision we make during development and transfer has implications for commercial manufacturing and life cycle management. I always ask, will this still work at scale? Will this still work in 5 years? That perspective helps us avoid short-term fixes that create long-term challenges. Ultimately, my role is to ensure that speed and quality are not competing priorities, but mutually reinforcing outcomes. Over the next 5 to 10 years, I see 3 major shifts shaping our industry: increasing modality diversity, deeper digital integration, and a stronger emphasis on predictability. We are moving beyond monoclonal antibodies into more complex modalities, such as multi-specific biologics and antibodies conjugated with cytotoxic compounds, mRNA, or peptides. Each bring new challenges in process understanding and control. This will require MSAT to become even more versatile and scientifically grounded. At the same time, digitalization will fundamentally change how we work. Tech transfer will no longer rely on static documents, but on integrated data environments where process knowledge, historical performance, and predictive models are all accessible in real time. MSAT will play a central role in building and leveraging these systems. Most importantly, the industry will shift from reactive to predictive manufacturing. Customers will expect not just successful execution, but predictable outcomes, clear timelines, consistent yields, and minimal surprises. MSAT will evolve from being a support function to a strategic enabler, connecting data, science, and execution to deliver reliability at scale. From a customer's perspective, what truly differentiates Samsung Biologics is our ability to combine scale with predictability. Many CDMOs can execute a process. However, what customers are really looking for is confidence that their product will be transferred efficiently, manufactured consistently, and delivered on time, regardless of complexity or scale. MSAT is central to delivering that confidence. We do this through three key enablers. Standardization. We have harmonized frameworks for tech transfer, validation, and lifecycle management across all plants. This allows us to move programs efficiently without reinventing the wheel each time. Digital integration. We are increasingly connecting process data, manufacturing execution, and analytics into unified systems. This enables faster decision-making and better visibility into process performance. Process understanding. We invest heavily in understanding the why behind the process, not just the what. This allows us to anticipate variability and manage it proactively. The result is not just faster tech transfer, but more predictable outcomes. Something that's incredibly valuable for our customers. Driven for life, to me, is both a responsibility and a mindset. It reminds us that everything we do, every process we design, every batch we manufacture ultimately impacts patients. That creates a very clear standard. Reliability is not optional. In MSAT, this translates into designing processes that are not only efficient, but resilient. We focus on building systems that can handle variability, scale seamlessly, and maintain quality under pressure. It also means thinking beyond individual programs. We design standardized, digitally integrated processes so that knowledge is not lost, but accumulated, so that each new program benefits from everything we have learned before. Being driven for life means we don't just aim to deliver today, we build capabilities that will serve patients consistently across products and over time. I strive to be a leader who sets direction clearly, challenges teams to think deeply, and supports them in execution. In highly technical environments, it is not about having all the answers. It's about asking the right questions, fostering collaboration, and ensuring that decisions are grounded in both science and experience. Ultimately, I see my role as enabling others to succeed, because strong, aligned teams are what drive sustainable excellence.